Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. And today I want to talk about license plate readers because they're the new privacy nightmare. And obviously they're taking basically shots of your license plate as you're going through automatic toll booths on interstates, or, you're turning illegally on red, that kind of thing. But it goes way beyond that. And Matt Burgess of Wired had a really good write-up on this. And listen to this scenario, because holy cow. So at 8:22 a.m. on December 4th last year, a car traveling down a small residential road in Alabama used its license plate reading cameras to take photos of vehicles that it passed. Now, one image, which does not contain a vehicle or license plate, showed a bright red Trump campaign sign that was placed on somebody's garage. In the background is a banner referencing Israel, a holy wreath, festive inflatable snowman, all this kind of stuff. In other words, not license plates. Now, another image taken on a different day by a different vehicle shows a, quote, "Steelworkers for Harris Walls" sign basically stuck in the lawn in front of somebody's home. A construction worker with his face unblurred is pictured in another, basically near another Harris sign. Basically, other photos show Trump and Biden bumper stickers, all types, of bumper stickers for Trump and Biden. Obviously, some of them are crass as well. Basically, they're on the back of trucks and cars across the United States and being picked up by these things as well. One photo taken in November of 2023 shows a partially torn bumper sticker supporting the Obama-Biden lineup, presumably from 2012 or 2008. Now, these cars or rather these images were generated by AI-powered cameras mounted on cars and trucks, meaning you and I. Not to mention the ones, like I mentioned initially, that we have just that law enforcement use. And these were initially designed to capture basically license plates, but they're now photographing things like political lawn signs outside of our private homes, individuals wearing t-shirts with text, and vehicles displaying everything, pro-abortion bumper sticker, I voted for Trump, I voted for Harris, whatever it is. And they're recording the precise locations of these observations as well. And newly obtained data reviewed by Matt Burgess of Wire shows how the tool originally intended for traffic enforcement has now evolved into a system capable of monitoring speech protected by the U.S. Constitution. It details basically the detailed photographs all surfaced in search results produced by the systems of DRN Data. That's a license plate recognition, or LPR, company that is actually owned by Motorola Solutions based here in the Chicagoland area. Now, the LPR system can be used by private investigators, repossession agents, and insurance companies. And there's a related Motorola business called Vigilant that also gives law enforcement access to this data as well. However, files shared with Wire by artist Julia Weist, who is documented restricting data sets as part of her work, shows how those with access to these LPR systems can search for common phrases or names, such as politicians, and be served with photographs where the search term is present, even if not displayed on a license plate itself. In other words, you're searching for Trump or Harris or abortion or whatever, you're not necessarily getting a license plate. You could get somebody's front yard. Now, our search result for basically license plates from Delaware, vehicles with the text Trump, returned more than 150 images showing people's homes and bumper stickers, not just their licenses, right? And so each search result includes the date, time, and exact location where the photograph was taken. So imagine if, God forbid, like a dictator, gets into office or something like that, and you've got these databases, and you can say, basically, show me every sign where basically for my opponent across lawns with exact locations. Well, that's who they know who to round up and put in education camps, right? And obviously that's doom and gloom, but you get my point in terms of privacy. We have a First Amendment right to sit here and vote for whoever we want to vote for, or have a stance on whatever we want to have a stance on. And that's perfectly fine. I don't care what you believe. If you're a longtime listener or follower of mine, I like to say cybersecurity is agnostic to politics, but we're not immune from it. And this kind of technology really underscores that. And beyond highlighting the far-reaching nature of this LPR technology, which has collected billions and billions of images of license plates and everything else, the research also shows how people's personal political views and their homes can be recorded exactly as I'm talking about. And so we're talking again about billions of photos here. This is a huge issue. And if law enforcement, for whatever reason, and we recently had a case where a local sheriff, who I believe was actually fired, I think it was in Ohio, had said, well, we know who the enemy is. It's everybody with the political signs in their yards that we don't agree with, and here we go. So I mean, I think this is a huge issue that we've got. Weaponization of data, especially weaponization of personal information or personal views, should never be the name of the game. And I know we live in politically contentious times where people will throw down and punch each other over a belief in one thing or the other, but we really need to lower the temperature. And if God forbid, we do have some kind of system change of government, which tends to happen in the world pretty much every year, but not really here in the United States. But if it ever does, this becomes weaponized data. That's a huge problem. In the same way that all the videos I make, it could be weaponized against me in some way, but I'm making the choice to put that out there. Somebody on their lawn sign basically is trying to tell their neighbors who they're voting for, but not necessarily end up in a government database. And that's the crux of this. So we're going to see what happens here. Not a fan at all. I have to imagine if you're watching or listening to this, you're also not a fan, but we're all in this one together too. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and for the love of God, please attempt to stay private. Take care.